Hello, and welcome to Brainy Gardener. Today, it is all about how to grow and care for the Agave parrasana. Agave parrasana, also known as Cabbage Head Agave, is an evergreen succulent native to Mexico. The Cabbage Head Agave gets its name from the way its thick leaves form a tight symmetrical rosette that resembles a cabbage. It is an uncommon and peculiar agave with a cabbage-like, compact rosette of densely packed, waxy leaves that cover one another. The thick, fleshy leaves are imprinted with the overlapping rosette silhouette, forming intricate patterns. Green and gray, the leaves are lined with ridged spines and a sharp brown to black terminal spine. It can reach about 2 feet tall when it's mature and has an average lifespan of 20 years. The plant doesn't need much care and grows well in most climates, but prefers dry conditions with full sun exposure. Agave parrasana doesn't require much to thrive. It is a good plant for beginners because of its low maintenance needs and hardiness. Cabbage Head Agave requires full sun exposure, but can tolerate partial shade. Scorching hot sunlight can sometimes burn the leaves, so placing the plant in a partially shaded area that still gets plenty of sunlight is best. Ideally, these plants should be provided with full sun for 5 to 8 hours per day. When it's really hot out, they will welcome some shade. When moving plants from full shade to full sun or from indoors to outdoors, they should be got accustomed to changing environments. Agave parrasana does not like to be overwatered, so it's essential to check the soil before watering. If the top inch of the potting soil feels dry, it's time to add some water. Remember that you should use only water when the soil is dry because overwatering can cause root rot. These plants are drought tolerant but will grow best when watered regularly during the summer. Allow soil to dry out completely between watering. Then water thoroughly. Cabbage Head Agave does best in temperatures between 55 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a frost-hardy plant in zones 7 through 11, making it one of the more winter-friendly succulents in cultivation. Agave parrasana can tolerate a wide range of temperatures, but it does best in environments with warm days and cool nights. The ideal minimum temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but this species can tolerate temperatures as low as 15 degrees Fahrenheit. In cold winters, it's essential to place the plant near a heat source, such as a furnace or fireplace, so that it doesn't get too chilly at night. Humidity is a non-issue for this plant, but it will appreciate average room conditions. Cabbage Head Agave doesn't require frequent fertilization. These plants do not need much fertilizer, but they will respond well to feeding once or twice per year in the spring. Use a balanced liquid fertilizer at half strength to give the plant an extra boost of nutrients. Cabbage Head Agave can be propagated by using offsets in seeds. Please note, Cabbage Head Agave produces very few offsets, so it is generally easy to propagate by seeds. You can collect the seeds from the flowering plants. While collecting the seeds, allow the pods to dry and break open. Remove the seeds from their pods. Arrange a pot and fill it with soil mix. Use a well-draining soil mix for your new succulent plant. Sow the seeds in the pot and keep them moist until they germinate. Don't forget to water when the soil dries out. Once you see the first sprouts, remove any unwanted seedlings. Keep them moist and in a sunny location until they are ready for transplantation. When propagating Agave parrasana by offsets, remove the offsets from the mother plant. Allow the wounded end of the offsets to heal for a few days. Place them in a pot filled with soil mix. Keep them moist until they grow roots on their own. Once they do so, transplant them into another pot or outdoor location. Cabbage Head Agave are slow-growing plants and only need to be repotted once every 2 to 3 years. The best time to pot or repot is in the spring or early summer. Don't repot during winter because the plant is dormant. Make sure the pot has enough holes in the bottom for fast drainage. Preferably use clay/terracotta pots. Use a good quality potting medium that drains well. Add some extra perlite or coarse sand to improve drainage. Agave parrasana needs full sun, so choose a location where it will get at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. Some protection from cold drafts is appreciated. Remove the agave from its container, using a trowel to loosen the soil around it. Carefully remove any dirt clinging to the roots by gently shaking them clean. Cut off any dead or damaged roots with a sharp knife. Spread the roots evenly in the new pot and fill it with soil mix. Pack the soil firmly around the plant. Place the agave in a warm, sunny spot and water it thoroughly. Cabbage head agave is mildly toxic. The sap from this agave can cause skin irritation and contact dermatitis in people who are sensitive to it. These plants are susceptible to agave snout weevils, scale insect slugs, and snails. The agave snout weevil is the most common pest of Agave parrasana. This insect can be identified by its long snout, which is used to bore into the plant and lay eggs. If you notice that your Agave parrasana has been damaged in this way, it is vital to remove all infested parts immediately. Scale insects can be identified by their hard, brown, or black protective shells. These insects suck the sap from plants, which weakens them and causes discoloration. Treatment includes neem oil or horticultural oils. Slugs and snails can cause damage to your Agave parrasana by eating the leaves and stems. Use bait or traps to counteract before these pests damage your agave. Sunburn, frostburn, and overwatering are some of the most common problems of cabbage head agave. Agave leaves can burn if exposed to direct sunlight for too long. If you have placed your plant in full sun and the leaves begin to turn brown or black, move it into partial shade. It is a frost-hardy plant, but only if dry. If wet plants are outside during below freezing temperatures, they can suffer frostburn. Move your plant indoors during the colder part of the year to prevent this from occurring. Overwatering can cause root rot and yellow leaves. You should water your plant only when the soil is dry to the touch, no more than once a week. If you have been overwatering, it may take several weeks for your plant to recover.